Hi, okay, today I wanted to show how I get the horses from the racetrack to just kind of slow down and be more relaxed when you're handling them. People are always asking me, how do you get your horses to be so relaxed? They're off the racetrack, they're usually a spaz. Well, as you can see, this is from the first time I taught Jordan lunging stage 2. And you can see she's not relaxed. She's a spaz. She's running around. She's, really anxious and nervous. So I do use the down under horsemanship method, and I have modified it for the race horses in general. And I found that through that slight modification, I get just dramatic results. I get the horses to just really relax and kind of calm down. So the next video that's coming up after this video, you'll see basically how I do that. So the general concept for me is I overemphasize what I'm doing right here, the desensitizing. I basically do that to an extreme amount, the desensitizing, and that's only in the beginning, in the teaching stage, and that's only with horses that are hot and reactive off of the racetrack. It's very important that I make that distinction, that I only do it in the teaching stage, and I only do it for this specific type of horse. I overemphasize the fact that it's okay to stand still and relax because they want to do the opposite. So if you do this with a horse that is fat and lazy, you're probably not going to get great results. So right here, I'm just spanking the ground, trying to desensitize her to the stick and string moving around, and she's doing very well. She's standing still. She's not reacting really to that. So I'm going to build on that. And so in the next few sessions, every time she wants to walk or anytime she wants to relax, I'm going to stop and desensitize her and try to return her mind to this kind of feeling where she's relaxed. I'm going to try to tie those two actions together, me desensitizing her to her relaxing. And I'm going to just really overemphasize that to her to teach her that every time you relax and don't rush off and don't run around, you're going to get reward. And so this is, I think, 2 days later. I've maybe done this one time before this, where anytime she walks off, that's what I want. I'm not going to encourage her to race off. So right there, she went off and tried to trot without me asking her. So I went ahead and had her give me 2 eyes. And then now I'm going to go ahead and desensitize her. I'm going to try to pair those two things together, that standing still is not the end of the world. Standing still is a good thing because I'll come and then give you desensitizing, which all thoroughbreds, I'm not going to overgeneralize, but the majority of thoroughbreds that I've worked with, that's what they crave. In general, thoroughbreds tend to prioritize what they consider as reward. And the majority of thoroughbreds like a release of pressure, and then they like praise. And then after that, it's probably rest. Whereas a fat or lazy horse is going to prioritize rest first. Whereas these guys, they're not indifferent to rest. They do want rest, but most of all, I would say they want release of pressure as their reward, and then they like praise. Because whenever I praise these horses, their ears come up, their expression changes, they really tend to like that better, and they like the release of pressure. Anything, they always seek that. What is going to get the pressure off? And so on the racetrack, they're taught, get the pressure off by taking off, running as fast as you can, and then I'll stop spanking you or I'll stop putting pressure on you, and that's how you get this over with. So now it's up to me to teach her, no, the way you get the pressure off is just kind of relax and stand still and wait for me to ask you to do something. You don't have to predict, which thoroughbreds are always doing. They love to predict. You don't have to predict. You can just stand there and relax. And so here you can see she's only not even going halfway around the circle before I'm making her give me 2 eyes, and I'm just going ahead and desensitizing her. And so now you can see in this video, she's not trotting off like a crazy horse. She's walking slow, and she's waiting for me pretty much. So right there, she trotted off without me asking, so I just made her give me 2 eyes, and then I go ahead and desensitize again. And like I said, it's overkill at this stage, and I don't keep doing this throughout the horse's training, but I do in the beginning like to overemphasize walking is the key and relaxation is the key. And no, I've never had a problem getting these horses to go forward after this. That's not a problem with these type of horses. And so it's just kind of the concept of you always do the opposite of what they want to do. So they want to rush off, be anxious, be forward, 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 forward. So I'm saying, no, don't do that. Just walk slow. So if you had the reverse horse, you'd want them to trot off, canter off right there. So if they were slow and lazy, I'd want them to canter off, not walk off. She wants to canter off. She wants to bolt off. So I'm saying, no, just walk, and it's okay. I'll give you reward. I'll release the pressure if you just walk. If you go to trot off, I'm going to put pressure on you. And so here I'm just, going ahead and desensitizing her again. Anytime she trots off, I want to make her give me 2 eyes, and then I desensitize her. And you'd be surprised how quickly these horses learn. Oh, wait, you just want me to walk? That I can do. That is super easy. They're like, wow, that's amazing. And so I'm also, you'll see me throughout the video, like I'll just kind of jump up and down a little bit, trying to get her used to me moving all around her. There, I love that. She walked off with her head down. And that's what I'm looking for in these sessions. My primary concern in the first couple of weeks of training these thoroughbreds is just getting them to relax, because then you can get training on them. If they're not relaxed, you can't get training on them. You also see there that I have the bareback pad on, and I use the bareback pad before I start getting them used to the saddle. She's been ridden before, but I just go ahead and treat them like they haven't been ridden. And so I use the bareback pad because it's easy to get on and off. It's easy to desensitize the horse with it. And then it gets them used to having something on their back. It gets them used to having the cinch around their belly. And then I can easily do the Jeffries method over that as well. So yeah, that's basically kind of what I do. I love that right there. She's standing there cocking a leg. And I hope you guys watch the next videos. Thanks.